On the surface, it looked like just another light-hearted Japanese game show. One of those strange slapstick contests where contestants get covered in mud. Everyone laughs and nothing really matters. But behind the laughter, hidden between the cheering, the flashing lights, and the shallow mud, was something far darker, a moment that would change one man's life forever. Japanese game shows are famous for being eccentric, with physical challenges, bizarre punishments, and lots of yelling and laughter. But there's a difference between weird and dangerous. The premise of this game was simple. Two people stand on a narrow platform with the goal of throwing your opponent off into the shallow mud below. It was designed to be funny. The bigger the splash, the louder the laugh. But mud isn't as soft as it looks, especially not when it's only a few inches deep. After one of the female contestants took a hilarious face-first dive into the mud, the audience lost it. She was completely covered. Wanting to keep the energy going, she invited another participant onto the stage, Tetsushi Yanagida. He wasn't just a contestant, but rather he was the host. He reluctantly stepped up, smiling. Of course, the crowd cheered. But as soon as the game started, it became clear Tetsushi didn't stand a chance in the wrestling. So instead, he decided to be the joke. He made a silly face, limped dramatically, and then jumped. The crowd exploded with laughter. It looked ridiculous, hilarious. But Tetsushi wasn't moving, because in that moment, his neck snapped. He was instantly paralyzed from the neck down, unable to breathe, unable to scream, dying face down in the mud while everyone laughed. At first, no one realized. They thought it was part of the beat. One contestant even pushed his head deeper into the mud, thinking he was playing dead for laughs. The producers didn't stop the show. The camera kept rolling. And as the seconds passed, Tetsushi was suffocating, drowning in mud in full view of millions of people. Eventually, someone noticed something was wrong. His body wasn't responding. They pulled him out. But then, in one final horrifying misunderstanding, they shoved him back into the mud. Finally, everyone realized this wasn't a joke, and Tetsushi was finally given medical help. According to doctors, he had just 5 seconds left. 5 seconds from death. Tetsushi Yanagida survived, but not in the way most people understand survival. He broke his neck on impact, paralyzed instantly. His voice silenced for weeks. His movement was gone. His career was over. His future changed forever, and he went from performer to patient. Tetsushi disappeared from the spotlight, no longer the man who stepped onto that stage. He was now a survivor. But in a world that thrives on entertainment, how do you survive when the world you knew no longer exists? It's easy to feel shocked by Tetsushi's story. But this wasn't a fluke. It was a symptom. You see, we've built a culture that profits off humiliation, that turns pain into punchlines. And we are all a part of it. We click, we laugh, we forget. But for the people who get hurt, there is no forgetting. Tetsushi's story is a warning, a reminder of how easily we turn pain into entertainment. We used to throw stones at people in the streets. Now we just film it. Salute.